The members of this indie band hope that listeners will be touched by their sonic landscapes. Hi, my name is Stephanie and welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're speaking to Patrick Watson about the album Adventures in Your Own Backyard.
Ain't it fit right?
What are the ideas or themes behind the new record Adventures in Your Own Backyard?
As a traveler, when you come back home, it's you see things that you would miss if you would have just stayed home all the time, and you would see things that you would never seen when you get into the daily life of things. So I think that the title kind of has something to do with that, something to do with the fact we recorded here in the studio at home, and also like what's going on in the back of people's minds. It's like a time where I think a lot of people can't find their voices, and I think a lot of people have lots of things that they're thinking about and can't find a place to put those words. So it's kind of got lots of different themes like that, you know.
Through dirty winding road around your feet.
I've also read that the album is a lot more personal. I mean, obviously there's that element, but would you say perhaps the lyrics also have a bit of a more personal touch to them?
Those lyrics go from Strange Crooked Road, which was inspired by a documentary here in Quebec about this crazy family, or like the woman, for example, her husband was a real jerk all her life, so one day she decided to sew him to the bed. And she said, I'm not going to let you go unless you promise me you're going to treat me well, and there's lyrics of like the quiet crowd, which was I was talking about earlier, like if you're you're standing in an elevator with 20 people and everybody's dead quiet, but like you can hear everybody's brain going like, like you just would love to know for 10 seconds what everybody else in the elevator thinks, just because, it's so uncomfortable in those places.
Right up ahead. Just settle down.
So what are some of the challenges you guys have faced in trying to bring the music to the stage?
The challenge is always, how can we bring that magic and capture it on a recording? I think that's a question you ask more than how do you make a live performance magical when the playing live is just a magic thing already.
Sure. After take number 20, actually that's usually when you forget your take and takes, that's when the magic happens.
So you guys recently performed at South by Southwest, and NPR gave you guys a really amazing review, said that you were the best show of the festival. So can you tell me a bit about that experience?
We've been around for a long time, and like in terms of America, that hasn't really discovered us yet. And I feel like this record is a time where America's discovering us for the first time properly. And so I think they're very excited about that. And for them, it's fairly still really new. Where in Europe or in in Canada or something like that, we'd be more well known and people know. But a lot of people are discovering the first time, and so it's kind of really interesting. So it's like starting over in a place in a way, and it's a good feeling. But I mean, when NPR, which were very knowledgeable people, say you did a great show, it's always an amazing feeling. I think when you're on stage, when you've done it. Like when I was on stage, I felt I was getting goosebumps, and usually that's a good sign that it's a good concert, no matter who's in the audience.
12 steps into your backyard.
Well, thank you so much, guys.
Cheers.
All right. Steps into your backyard.